Good morning, YouTube. In my last video I mentioned some sphagnum moss and some pungalog bark that I was saving for another project. Well, this is the project. It's not quite finished yet. We've got to paint three sides, the back three sides of this terrarium black, so it will show up the plants a bit more. You know, I think it will make it look nicer because we do have one of those grow lights in here, like blue light, blue red light, so that helps things grow. And I would have liked to have shown you or filmed you how I made this terrarium, but I couldn't at the time because I was making it on my own, and you know, I do all my filming on a Samsung tablet, so I have to hold it, and there's no way I could have held it and you know, put the thing together basically. But I can tell you how I put it together. So in the bottom here I've put some charcoal, which keeps the compost sweet apparently, otherwise it can go a bit smelly. On top of that, I put a layer of propagation compost, which is just a sandier sort of mix. It has to be sterilised, and I just sort of built it up to the left there, sort of to give it some sort of height and different level. And then basically you just, you know, you put your main features in, which obviously in this case is the two pungalogs, one with the phalaenopsis on it back there, the mini phalaenopsis, and the one lying down at the front, which has got the rock orchid. And then you just sort of get, I just got some stones and I put them in around, and then I got some small plants and I added those, just to give it a bit more feature, and a couple of ferns on that side. I also added a bit of sphagnum moss at the back there. As you know, I love sphagnum moss. It's not actually sphagnum moss, I will keep calling it that. It's actually woodland moss. It's moss that we've got from down by the river, by the woods, and so it's growing wild. So I hope it's going to be okay. I also put a little stone, I don't know if you can see it, at the back there, just to hold, to help that pungalog stay up with the phalaenopsis on it. I also took the spikes out of the phalaenopsis because I didn't want them in there. I want it to look as natural as possible. But obviously the spikes were then trained to stay upright. So what I've done to try and bend them down, I've put that small one, I've clipped it with one of the clips to the log at the bottom, and then this one I've put several clips, I think there's about 5 on there, 4 or 5, put the clips all on the end there to try and weight it down, and I'm hoping in time that the weight of those clips will do its job and I'll be able to take them off and that stem will stay more or less in place. We do have this light. I'll just turn it off so you can see that light, to sort of a grow light, I believe, which is okay. I mean, I've put it in there just to give it a little bit of extra oomph, but it does get a reasonable amount of light here. That is filtered sun, so it's not getting faux sun. I've got the blinds down today, the blackout blinds, keep the sun out. So it gets a reasonable amount of light. Yeah, and that's about it really. I'm relatively pleased with it. I think it'll look much nicer when it's painted black at the back. And I do like making these small little projects with the little plants in. As you can see, I made these a few months ago now, and they all seem to be doing really well. So yeah, I really enjoy those little projects. So anyway, if you've got any questions, please ask, and hopefully we'll keep an update on this every now and then, see how it's going. I suspect I'm going to have to keep those ferns trimmed down because I think they'll get quite big. But that's fine. I'll just trim them down if they start getting... It'd be nice if they grow up. That one there grows up at the back and does cover quite a bit of the back, because that'll give it a nicer backdrop. Yeah, and this one down here, I think that's quite a slow growing one, so I'll give, I'll snip it back if it's in the way. That one there, I quite like that one to grow sort of, along the front here and sort of, take up as much space because it's a low growing one, so that'll be quite nice if that one takes off. And yeah, hopefully it'll all do well, and I'll keep you posted. And thanks for watching, and I'll catch up with you soon.